welcome to another First Play 10 Questions, where we fire question cannonballs at the industry frigate and dredge the wreckage for fat survivors. Too bad, number 11, the lifeboat is full, because there are 10 questions. Trying not to catch rabies from the ship's monkey this week is Sten Hubler, lead game designer on Crysis 2.
Hi, my name is Sten Hubler and the lead game designer for Crysis 2. Metal Gear Solid 1, I think when that came out, that was just like a perfect mix of something that I always felt I wanted to play, but it wasn't there. It was this kind of combination of the movie elements, but also the whole gameplay approach, like the tools and gadgets and the way you could, play with the AI and like try out different things. I think I really enjoyed that game. I think it's a combination, like what I'm actually looking for is a mixture of the 3D that we see in the media and the movement controllers. I mean, think about it. If I could basically, like in 3D, see like, navigate the menu and not kind of like just see it on my screen, and then there's always this kind of weird feeling that I still have to kind of, I can't really feel it, but if I would see it like coming out and I could actually like almost touch it, I mean, if those technologies would actually combine and we would prepare like a really cool experience combining those two technologies that basically popped up during the last couple of years, I think that would be awesome, and I think it will happen. One of the high points was when we got the German awards, like the German in German it's called the Entwicklerpreis, so it's the German Developer Awards for Crysis 1, and I actually, got to go to the stage and like get the reward, and I mean that was really cool. 2 days in a row is quite tough to like stay fit. So what we did sometimes for submissions is that you know that you have a milestone, you have to submit it the next day, and then you just stay all night, and then you go home like in the morning or something like that, hopefully finally having it pushed out of the door, and then you get some sleep. Personally, more the review scores, because I think that's something that I feel I'm a bit more in control, because I mean sales is something that it's not really my area of expertise as a game designer so much. I think it's hard to predict and not really what drives me, motivates me. I think usually I go for like people telling us that they like the game, and that's kind of what I feel is reflected in the review scores. Okay, yeah, I mean it's tough. I don't know. Like sometimes I just feel I could maybe like some of the people that left, I could get them back. Because we for example, we had a really good character artist that now works on Drake's Fortune. And then I always feel like, man, you should come back, like what can we offer you to come back to Crytek? What was actually also cool is being a carpenter or something like that. I think sometimes people just forget how satisfying it can be to just build something with your own hands. I think that's, I don't know, in our very digital world, sometimes I feel like it would be nice to just like build your own house or something like that. You have to convince people that you have the talent and, like you have it in you to kind of deliver. At the beginning, people are sometimes, they are creative, but they can't really decide what they want to do. They want to be like the programmer that does art and design at the same time. And that's, I mean, being like doing this is possible on like smaller platforms and small scale. I mean, games you can develop in a smaller time frame, but on the big teams, you usually have more specialized people. No, like I mean, honestly, like one thing I wanted to do for a long time was like a pirate game in third person. I mean, that would just be awesome, or first person pirate game, like but something like very kind of high quality. Aren't they? I think they are. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we are so far away from that. I think the only thing might be that there's some genres that are still a little kind of you know, people that haven't played them or so, they sometimes have a little bit of distant or some distant relation to them or so. They're not quite sure how to approach them or so, like, you know, like some strategy game that always like is very hardcore and people feel like, yeah, this is like for, you know, PC nerds or something like this, and usually it just takes like some developer to you know, make it simpler and just put it on maybe a different platform that you wouldn't have used it before, and then suddenly like a lot of people play it, and it's you know, made its way into kind of mainstream. But yeah, I think we're already there.
Thanks, Sten. You can get an injection for that. We'll be back with more 10 questions soon.